It's perfect segue to lead in what we're doing
What
next.
are we doing next?
So, this is, I guess, our announcement section of the podcast. Right then, team. Welcome back.
that was a long pause between the two.
Was that too much?
Yeah.
Was that too much?
No, it's fine.
Oh,
It's
okay.
fine. We've got to start it because we're just going to.
Yeah, we're just going to keep going round in circles.
Yeah. Welcome back.
Welcome back, team.
Series 3.
Series 3, episode...
Back on the sofa. Right, I'm thinking about this. Maybe we should not name the episode.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're going to say something and then we're not going to like it later. We're going to have to call it anyway.
Yeah, true. I was going to say episode 0.
Yeah, I'll go with
Episode 0.
Case 0.
Case
Patient
study.
0.
Yeah, patient 000.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Welcome
test study. Test subject.
Welcome back to the Patient 0 studies. We're going to put some sort of horrible disease in Elliot, see what happens.
Oh, I've had my vaccine, so I should be fine.
Just one.
Yep. So far.
Same.
So far, one vaccine down. By the time you listen to this, I definitely haven't had my second one.
Nope. Mine's booked in for start of September.
Mine's booked in for the end of August. August 24th. Bang on 8 weeks after my first one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Efficient.
Not sure the listeners give much for monkeys.
Well, they've got this far. They've got 50 episodes through the other two series, so they've come to expect it.
Very true.
Welcome back. It's nice to be back.
It is nice to be back in
That is welcome back. That is exactly what I mean.
Welcome back. It is nice to be in person, actually.
It's right. I've like two things. Nice to be in person, massively. Nice to just be the two of us.
Yeah.
Because no criticism to any guests, because obviously, you know, they were all very, very. I was going to say very, very pleasurable. So it's pretty weird. But it's been. We love. You know what I mean? Yeah, you rub your nipple if you want. I'm not. Oh God.
Sorry.
We haven't done one just the two of us since before Christmas.
Yeah, it was before Christmas.
It's now July. That's kind of insane when you think about it.
Yeah, 6 months of not doing one, the two of us.
No.
That's so weird.
In person. We have done 20 Zoom interviews.
See? 20 Zoom interviews, all with arranging guests. I thought today we'd go through and have a little chat about the last series.
Well, how did you find the virtualness of it?
I think I got used to it after a while. But I think actually for me, I don't read people very well, but I find myself falling into an easy conversation in person more than I do online. And also find myself forgetting that we're on camera because we're online. So like there's multiple episodes you'll see where I've like I think it might have been Crawler's one where I just kind of fuck off for a little bit. I just kind of get up and I think I close my curtain and I get a drink and I kind of fuck off for a little bit. Sheerly because I forgot the cameras were rolling, but you couldn't do that in person. So I guess I don't know whether I'd take it as a pro or a con. Because I like the fact that I can just do what I please. But also you just lose a load of social skills. I think when you kind of look at it like when it comes to, I guess, networking to some extent or like building friendships more, I think you find it easier to do it in person because you feed off of people and their energies and vibes, and that's what I feed off quite a lot. And I feed off of how people are with me. And when you're on Zoom, you can't gauge it properly. So that's
also weird. Like there was a few of them where it was literally a case of they jumped in the call. We were like, "Hello, you all right? Yeah, good." Press the record button, recorded the podcast, and literally as we finished, they'd be like, "Yeah, cool, nice one, guys, bye." And it was like literally we only knew them for that like hour and a half. Whereas I feel like in person we get that whole like have a bit of a chat beforehand. We'll set up with them. It's sort of more of an evening chill afterwards, and like I don't know it's more about it, but it was quite strange to. Felt more like interviews, I think, didn't it? Rather
yeah,
than,
it
like,
did.
Just chats with people.
It did. It felt very professional. I felt like I was working for a radio, which I liked, but also didn't like because of how our whole thing is about being this almost like anti-establishment.
Anti-establishmentarianism.
I don't know what that word means.
No,
it's a long word, though.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, like we're very almost like fuck mainstream media, fuck mainstream interviews, fuck how everyone else does it. We do it our way, and it's relaxed. It's probably half cut, and it's learning things about people and talking about things that you wouldn't have heard these people talk about. So I think we did that really well with even though it was online. I think we'd still managed to capture that quite well in the interviews we did.
Yeah, definitely. I do think most people left it feeling like it was memorable and something a bit different, because a lot of those artists have did loads of them over the last 18 months. You'd like to think I stuck out a little bit, but I mean, I think, and although it wasn't amazing at times, there were a lot of pros.
Yeah,
mainly being just fucking organising them.
Oh,
when you can just say, if you got a spare hour at any point, they go yes, and you literally just have to be there for that hour, and it's done.
Easy.
Now we're trying to organise ones back in person.
Oh my god,
it is literally, the difference is fucking ridiculous. So.
It's outrageous because of how, like, not necessarily just like the have you got an hour sort of thing, because I guess you still could do that around here. It's more like literally, have you got just an hour? Like, there's no travel time, there's no nothing else. It's literally log on, get in and get gone. Like, exactly. There's some days didn't we do 3 in a day at one time?
Probably.
I think we did 3 in a day one time. We did 1 in the morning, 1 mid-afternoon, and 1 in the evening.
I think we did start with.
Yeah, because we recorded, sorry to ruin the magic for everyone listening.
Yeah.
But a lot of it was bulk recorded.
Yeah.
A lot of it was bulk recorded. We recorded up to like the one before the Crooks. In massive bulk. That was all done within the first we had 2 weeks.
We literally had like 10 done in like 2 weeks, didn't we? We smashed them out, and then we did like 2 a week.
Well, I think that's
for like 5 weeks after that.
Literally, and I think that's why we took such a long such a long break, because even when we took the break at Christmas, we actually didn't take a break.
No, we didn't.
We recorded the whole way through that. Yeah. We just wanted to replan and catch up, essentially,
and even
with where we were at.
Even recording, but even before that, like, we did the Twitter World Cup thing, we did that massive giveaway we were organising, we started recording, then we did loads of promo stuff for the season 2, like you had to make all those overlays and things like that.
Yeah.
Like, we did loads of stuff in that time, which was sick.
Yeah.
But it meant that it did feel like we did literally plough through it. We did 50 podcasts in 52 weeks. Put it that way.
Yeah, with actually, that's fucking
essentially, because it was almost bang on a year.
How many weeks in a year?
52.
Oh, lol.
Pretty much. I think we had 3 weeks off where we didn't upload in between, and then that's because we put 2 episodes up on the first day.
Yeah,
when we started, so that counteracts one of those weeks. So we only actually really had 2 weeks off in that sense. We did 15.
Did we not have 1 week off between Christmas and New Year?
Yes, we had 2 off then. I think 3 off then.
Yeah,
but one of those is knocked off because we did 2 in 1 week at the start.
So that was our break. That was okay.
That was our break between Christmas and like the middle of Jan is what we had off.
Yeah,
which is 3 weeks. But then we did 2 in 1 day when we launched. So that gave us 52 weeks, 15 a year.
That's crazy, man.
That is crazy.
We've done so like that's like name another podcast that's that consistent. No. And I know we've taken a month break now, pretty much a month and a bit. But to be honest, I'm itching to get back at it now.
And I think that's the good bit, is that we're both now actually excited to get back into it and like have new ideas and new ways of doing it.
And expand on other things. It's other opportunities. That's the thing that I'm almost like the podcast I'm excited for, but I'm, if anything, more excited about the other opportunities that we've got that's been brought forward over the last few weeks, with things that we're kind of working out and how we're doing other objectives. I guess can we talk about them now?
Yeah, well, why don't we talk about last season first, and then we'll move on to future.
Okay,
how about that?
Sorry.
Right, so last season, let's do a little quick fire sort of. I don't want to, we're not ranking these people in any sense, but give us a few highlights. Let's do it that way. Let's not give a best and worst, but a few highlights that stick out for you.
I think I don't want to say favourite. I guess actually I don't care. My favourite episode that I recorded, in a sense of getting on with the person, I think was Lou.
Yeah.
Or the Reels.
Yeah.
I really bounced off of the reels quite well. I think me and
Callum.
Yeah, had a really good. I don't know what it was. There was a dry humour link that kind of worked well.
Do you know what I think's funny with a lot of bands that have come in with two people? One of us matches one of them.
Yeah.
And the other one matches the other one.
It's worked well.
And I think that it's almost like in every sort of creative pair, there's sort of two different personalities. Like from like Sarpa, I think you and Marcus are very similar. Like me and George were quite similar.
Yeah.
And I think then almost all the way through. And I think Reels was similar, like not quite as different. That they didn't match quite as well, but there was just elements of both of us in both of them.
Yeah, and there's almost like two personalities. I think I really bounced off of Callum well with that in like a comedic sense. I think there was some really good, like they're clipped up on our social media, but some of them clips are fucking funny.
Yeah,
like
they are really
there is
funny.
some moments where I'm like pissing because of how well we've like the whole thing about TK Maxx.
Yeah, that was funny.
About how like because I just kind of brought it up as a place that like as a shop, and he was like, that's where I was, and I was like, yeah, I was following you. I was like, but like to be able to have that automatic freedom to make jokes like that with, I guess an artist that we've only met for 20 minutes by that point in a call I think is quite freeing, and I think so that's something that I really took from it, and I got on. I think for me that they were two really Lou and the Reels one.
Lou's a crazy one. Like I feel like we know him really well.
Yeah, there's some really cool things in the works with Lou at the moment, and he's been so good. Like he's the only person that I have really recently thought that we've kind of been connecting with over this like that was unprofessional.
Yeah, sorry. It's just not like you to get a message.
Yeah, that isn't like me. I'm like, who the fuck has texted me?
It's probably not come through the mics now.
yeah, it's really awkward. Like I think that's the one that I can say that we're actually mates with now. Like we've made that friendship. We've now met up. We've done whatever, and it's become an actual thing. And I think that's really cool. I'm glad that we've kind of been able to blossom some of these actual interviews into something further and personal instead of being strictly business and strictly professional.
Definitely.
And I like that. I really enjoyed the Red Rum one as well, actually.
It was going to be one of my first pullouts.
Go on then, what's your memorable moments?
I was going to mention Red Rum. I think that's one that I laughed the most during.
Yeah.
And was one that we did really connect with them. I don't know, I think they felt like them one of those, because there is somewhere I listen to a lot of their music and we find them and then like 2 weeks later interviewing them and it's amazing, but then there's a few that we interview that I'm like, I am fans of your band, like I literally listen to your music over and over again, and so I think those ones have a different edge for me. Red Rum, Covasets is one.
I
listen to their music all the time. Crooks is like ones that especially like the Crooks I've been listening to for like 3 years now. Like no joke, I've been listening since like early doors, and I'm like, fuck, they're really cool. That's those little moments where it's like, that's really cool. I think Red Rum Club, that was cool originally, and then we actually got on with them so well.
Yeah, and we clicked.
You forget how good the stories were that they told on that, like about the Blossoms and about being on tour and some of the shows they've done. Like, it was so interesting, and I really like them. I remember when we hung up with them, we were like,
that was fucking
that's our best one yet. That was really good, and I think we know
and we've got a good vibe for that now. We've got a good gauge, because I think like doing in the nature of the beast in what we do at the moment is we're gonna have easy ones, we're gonna have really fucking difficult ones, and we've not had any that have been fucking awful.
We weirdly didn't, I'm expecting across 20 virtual interviews,
across 50 episodes, 20 what was it, fucking 27 interviews or something like that.
It's fucking crazy. We've never had one that was like, as you say, you naturally bounce more off something, others whatever, but we've never had one where we've gone, this is really terrible, this is really difficult, and especially with all those virtual ones, it so should have happened at some point, but it just didn't. They were all pretty easy, but yeah, I think Red Rum definitely stuck out. I'm trying to think now. Twisted Wheel, Harry Lavin was a fucking lovely lad. Tell
you which one I did really enjoy. Those two that I thought was sick. I really enjoyed Abby Ozard. Yep. Yeah. Really enjoyed her company. And I think that the Crawlers one was because of the audio, issues, I guess.
You fucking sat in a coffee shop if you're listening. You ruined our audio.
It weren't that bad. They weren't that bad. There was moments. But like for me, that the way that they portrayed themselves was so good. That's what I enjoyed that one. Really enjoyed that one for that. Yeah. For how they came across, because of, you know, if the audio was better, it probably would sit. If I was going to rank them, which I haven't. No, I haven't. Then that'd be up there. Just with the way it bounced, the way it flowed, the way it went, and the way they bounced off each other as well. I think that was really sick. But you know, the audio for me let that one down. Yeah, I think that's one thing I will say about these online ones. You had to give a lot more leeway. With it than when we were in person. And I find that really hard. I find that well difficult. But
it's sort of situation dependent, and some of them were perfect. It was just some of them was. I don't think, although obviously you have that bit where you're a bit out of time, the connection's not great. They were 99% of them, apart from a couple of lost episodes.
We do have a few lost episodes. We
do have a few. We have like 3 or 4 lost episodes now.
Yeah,
I think like this the other day. Most of them were, like, the majority of the time are fine connection wise. Whereas, you remember trying to record with Phantom Isle virtually? Still have nightmares about trying to do that.
That was one of the hardest interviews. In the first season, I don't know, you can go back and have a listen. That was one of the most difficult.
Oh my God, we recorded for like 3.5 hours to get like 45 minutes. It kept actually cutting out, and then we'd be sat there for like half an hour trying to get back in the call, and it was just
not worked.
And that was back when we were getting everyone to then record separately, so then we had to sync everything back up.
I do personally still prefer that.
I mean, the end product might be preferred, but the process is definitely not preferred.
Yeah, true. It does take off.
Oh my God. When you've got to cut it all, it's fine if you've got 4-hour-long segments that you just bang together, but when you've got 3 hours and you've got to...
Well, I always say, whenever we talk to anyone about the podcast and stuff, you know, you kind of like, people ask how long does an episode take to like film, and we talk about it. And realistically, all in, each episode takes a minimum of 10 hours. Work minimum. And when we were adding in the synchronizing stuff and doing it in a more technical way and probably a more I guess inefficient but aesthetically pleasing way, we ended up like taking fucking 20, 25, 30 hours an episode, like minimum, because of how much audio editing went into them. And you know, 10 hours is still fair whack of time, but like that, and they do take, some of them do take longer, especially when you add in, that's not including render time.
No.
Because then it's like 16, 20.
But in terms of, I mean, it's probably like planning, recording, editing audio, editing YouTube, editing render, and then you've got thumbnails and Instagram cover posts.
Okay, maybe it's
then
more
you've
than
got
10 hours.
Clips and trailer. And then you've got all the social media time to actually post them and then keep on top of that.
It's probably 10 hours each.
Probably 10 hours each per episode.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy when you think about it.
Yeah, especially these ones. These ones have been harder to edit. I think when you're in person, it's easier to edit.
Yeah.
You can edit, you can just literally swap between cameras and it's so easy. Whereas like when it comes to editing, your laptop does not like having 5 layers of the same video and... You know, that's one thing that, you know, if any sponsors are out there,
please buy us a computer.
Listening, please. I'll suck you off for a PC.
Yeah.
Said that now, actually.
Well, take one for the team. That'd be great.
Yeah, well, if it's 2.
2 cocks. Or weird.
2 blowjobs, yeah.
As long as I have to do 2.
Yeah, as long as I do 2. It's because I've got OCD, it's even numbers.
Yeah. I think we have to award the most listened to episode. And I'm trying to think in my head what it definitely is. Do you know if you on it?
No.
I think if we include YouTube views, it's Shed Project, definitely. Because that banged on YouTube.
Yeah, it did do well on YouTube, actually.
But in terms of podcast alone, I think it must be Sam Shiners, I think. I think it's still ahead of a couple of others.
Is it not Twisted Wheel?
Don't know, unless it's overtaken it more recently, which it could have done.
Yeah, the Twisted Wheel one did really well. Really well.
Sam Shiner one banged.
Sam Shiner one banged. To be fair,
was a pleasure.
We did have a lot of episodes in So like when we did the last the last season, the last season, like season 1, you had lots of peaks and troughs.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like this one didn't have many troughs.
No.
It was all, the peaks were all very similar.
Yeah.
So that's why it's so hard to decide, because even when you look at some of the likes of now looking back at like the Clover Sets and Callow Youth, and they're all around that similar mark. Crawlers, the Reels, you know, they're all around that similar mark. And, you know, sadly, the Wombats one didn't do as well as we anticipated.
Didn't.
But
that's okay. I mean, we should probably talk about that as well. I mean,
saturation of audience, isn't it?
Regardless, it doesn't even matter. That's
I thought you meant as in like the fact that we did the Wombats.
Yeah.
I thought you meant as in like statistics of the Wombats episode.
Fuck?
Yeah, to be honest, I don't give a. It is what it is, isn't it? Numbers are numbers. You can be. I'm a bit of a whore for them, but they are what they are, innit?
We don't really trust our provider anyway. So
yeah, if you're listening, sort your shit out.
But
there's a lot of professional people listening now. I'm requesting.
Weird. Wombats.
Yeah, wild.
Kind of crazy.
Yeah, to say, if you'd have told me when we released the first one, within a year, within literally 52 weeks, you'll be releasing a fully recorded, edited, worked out episode of the Wombats alongside a signed vinyl.
I mean, literally, like, go but that first episode, you were in Leeds, I was at home. I literally sat in front of my window with a table with Xbox games piled up like that high, leant my phone against it with wired Apple earphones like that, and just filmed my face and spoke. And we did that like 20-minute intro video, and then we did the second one like straight away as well. And we got those 2 episodes out, and we launched it and everything like that. Imagine actually thinking at that point, in a year's time, you'll have done 50 episodes culminating in a Wombats episode at the end.
Yeah,
I mean that's,
and to even say some of the other people we've interviewed with like, I know that a lot of the bands that we interview are newer bands, but bands like Twisted Wheel as well, who as a collective, I know Harry wasn't in the band at the time when they played with Oasis, but he's supported, like, that band has supported Liam Gallagher, Oasis, and some of these major names.
Yeah,
and to have someone like that on the podcast as well is something that I guess you couldn't. I mean, I'd probably say we would have done it, but I think it's still would have been quite surprising.
I think there's one of those things where, I mean, you'd always say we're going to do it, but
yeah.
saying, oh yeah, we'll have Wombats on and actually fucking getting them on.
Yeah, it's cool,
and it was quite funny. We were kind of keeping track just for ourselves as almost like who the most monthly listeners we've ever had on us, just as a bit of a like level of who's the biggest guest. And I think it was on like 250,000, and then we had Wombats on and there were 5 million, and I'm like, well, game ruined actually.
Game
really ruined.
Game's not ruined. It's just
who's next? Who's got more than 5 mil that we can get on? It's actually an absurd number. But I mean, not,
and it's probably more since they released the single.
Yeah. But that was a great experience. Lovely guy.
Lovely bloke. Really good experience. For someone who has been interviewed, and a band that have been interviewed by some of the biggest providers within music press, I guess, you know, they've definitely been interviewed by NME, Q, like Radio 1, like all the fucking big boys and the mainstream shit. And for us to do it and they be down to do whatever we kind of wanted with it, reposted on their socials.
We got him talking about beating up like a helpless badger.
Yeah, we did.
He was like, I don't think I could fight a horse, but I'd probably kill like a little sort of feeble badger thing. And I was like, he's literally in one of the biggest bands ever to come out of this country, and we've got him talking about what little animals he'd kill. Yeah. I was just like, he was so up for like our
anything
sort of style to it, and that's amazing, because you do think when you get to that level that maybe our style can get saturated. They probably don't really want to be there, but he was so happy to be there and so happy to do it.
I think we say that, but I think actually it's probably quite refreshing for them than being asked like fucking, oh, so you wrote with this producer. How was that experience? And you're like, well,
that's a good question. I like the producer question.
Yeah, I do like the producer question actually. But in the sense of like, exactly. In the sense of like, then we can switch it up and be talking about like, we talked about loads of shit like in that episode, and that was one of the ones that I found was really cool. But at the end of the day, I think that for me really solidified everyone's just a human.
Yeah.
And I know I've always believed that. I've never been a person really to take photos with celebrities. I've only ever done it once, and it was with you and Ethan from Sidemen.
Yeah.
It's the only celebrity
You've got a photo of Levi Roots.
Oh, yeah, tell a lie.
2. Oh, go down. I bet there's a couple more.
There
probably.
isn't.
That's it. Levi Roots and Bazinga. The only 2 celebrities you've ever had a photo with.
That I've like gone up to and asked for a photo. 9 times out of 10, I'm normally shit scared of talking to them because I used to idolise them too much. And I think now, like, working alongside some people that have been, you know, are in the limelight, not necessarily mainstream fucking celebrities on the level of Levi Roots, but but like, you know, at the end of the day, they're just fucking regular geezers, regular people, regular women, regular whatever whatever they assign themselves by. Like, they are just normal people who are down to sit and have a chat with you, have a beer, and our podcast is an outlet for them as much as it is for us. And that's the most important thing for me. And I think sitting down with the Wombats, have supported Rolling Stones, have been in the same room as fucking Mick Jagger, they played Glastonbury, they literally have some of the best and biggest songs that this country's ever produced. Yeah, like, they're headlining fucking Reading Leeds this year, like all that shit, and to sit in a call and we were like just kind of chatting fucking shit, shooting the shit. Yeah. By the end of it, we were telling him to get some fucking notes off of Sarpa Salpa.
Yeah.
You know, like taking the piss, but like it just kind of, for me, I was like, actually, nothing's unobtainable in that world of that celebrityism, music stardom sort of shit. I guess, yes, there will be wankers, but at the same time, I think, end of the day, people are just fucking people, and we're social animals, so...
I think it was a big lesson for me, and I think it's almost like what other people maybe can take away from it if they're trying to do their own thing as well, was like, and it's sort of cringy, but like, we messaged and emailed a fucking lot of people before we got Dan and messaged him, and he replied, and then we went through his agent. It was really, really good, and took us like a week to find a date everyone could do, and he put his time in, and it took a lot, and we managed to get it. But there is hundreds of fucking DMs and emails that we sent and no one replied. And I think it's a bit like there is that like perseverance with it and approach with it and trying to be smart with it. And like, I know a lot of people sort of have this almost excuse of like, oh, it's who you know. But I'm like, I think you can get to know. Sometimes that's a bit of an excuse to be like, well, I don't fucking know so-and-so's agent, so we're never going to get him on. But it's actually like, you can get to know and be clever about it and contact people directly and all this sort of stuff. And
how did you find the actual process of all that? Because I think when you listen back to the audio and that, there was like a moment of like a settling in period because it was such a quick turnaround with them. Like, we literally had an hour. Did you find, you know, the process leading through with their with his manager and that, Sarah, she was sound. She was brilliant. So fucking good. And or it might be Sarah.
Sara.
Yeah,
whatever.
I feel like it's the only person I know that's spelled like that is a Sarah.
Yeah,
so I don't actually know.
Sarah.
But yeah, she was amazing. And what was that? Because you're the booking agent, like, you know, you do most of the organising for the guests. So I just kind of turn up and make it sound good, and help host or co-host. And I find that for me, I kind of settled into it quite quick because I didn't have that extra stuff. I didn't know whether you found, because listening through it, I felt like there was a proper settling in period for you for that one. Because there was a little bit, there's a tiny little bit right at the start. And I don't know whether you were trying to add in the fucking monk bit as early as fucking possible, whether you were thinking about that. But there is a tiny little bit where, like, you explain what we were going to do. And it kind of felt a little bit, I don't know, not nervous. I was just wondering whether you felt that when you were recording it.
No, I don't think so. I think, like, in terms of booking him, it was literally one of the easiest ones I've ever done, to be honest. Like, we've had some struggles with agents and managers and bands not replying and pulling out and not being able to do this and whatever. Whereas that was like, that's the positive of going through an agent, is it because it's more formal, they tend to not just ignore you. And even when we've been in touch with other big bands, agents, they've still come back and said no, which is nice. I was like, that's all we want, is to be like, can they do it? And they're like, well, to be honest, I literally asked them, they're a bit busy, but, try again another time, whatever. And I'm like, cool, that's all we want. And she was like, yeah, we could probably find now. So I was like, cool. It was really really easy to deal with. So I don't think so. I don't think I felt nervous at all. I don't know, maybe it's just quick turnaround.
Just the way it was, yeah.
We literally finished the crawlers one, didn't we? And then I had to wait for the video to save. And we were already there at 6:05. And we literally had him 6 till 7.
Yeah.
So I was like, shit. And then literally, you two couldn't get in till I started the Zoom because I was hosting the Zoom.
Yeah.
So I think it was just a lot. And then we literally were hello, and I pressed record. So maybe it's just a bit yeah, maybe. But no, I don't think, as I say, he was just so normal. I don't even think I even thought about who he actually was. I was just let's just get it done.
Yeah, you almost don't recognise, do you?
No.
I think it was just one of the ones where I was listening back to it and I thought that'd be interesting to ask him whether he actually felt that. And I waited until now, even though it's 3 months after we filmed it.
It's cool.
Thought it'd be best to get on film.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a good, I enjoyed that, man.
Crazy season, a lot of success of it. I think would have been easy for us to just sack it, to be honest.
Yeah, when that second lockdown hit in November.
Being in full lockdown, even because the November one was, I think, more of a struggle. I think we struggled with the virtual stuff a lot, and then we got back to it in December, smashed out those TikToks, we had loads of good stuff going on socials, had that break, and then when at Christmas we went back in.
I forgot we did all them TikToks.
Oh no, fucking hell. We spent hours and hours in the room doing those TikToks.
Oh my God.
We were doing really well on socials.
Funny as fuck.
They were really good. They didn't do as well as I wanted them to as well.
Really sad actually.
Really thought I'd be famous after one of them, but never mind. But with all that and the social stuff and giveaways, and I feel like we had a lot of momentum, and then it was that Christmas lockdown, everyone's fucking tier 1 million, and you're never going outside again. I think it would have been easiest for us to be right, let's just wait till we can do it. And then I think it would have almost rolled on till now and lost it, but we didn't. We sort of did go, right, okay, we're going to fucking
keep going.
We're going to slap out.
I think that's the way to go.
And I think, but I think that's,
I would have been
I'm really glad we did. And
I would have been fucking bored shitless.
Yeah.
I didn't have this to work on. I would have been fucking bored shitless. I work, but I don't do enough work to fill the fucking time.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be a much higher level on Call of Duty. I'll probably finish the Battle Pass, but...
Yeah, still maybe not. Not very good. Oh, you are good, Elliot. You are. Yeah, I think it's good though. I'm really glad that we did crack on and do it, and now it makes it easier now to keep the ball rolling.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Where the whole brand is now compared to before that season, kind of crazy.
Man. Yeah, it's fucking wild. There is some of the levels we've taken. While we've been out of the studio, we've had big things happen in the studio. I don't know how much of it you can see in the shot, which is really frustrating. But it's a fucking huge cigarette packet on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
We've finally finished the studio fully in a sense of we Ethernetted in. Everything's good to go. I'm up here fucking 20 odd hours a fucking day. I don't really leave here unless I'm literally leaving for work. And then we've kind of developed into a place now where as a brand, I'm down to do fucking anything, really. And I think actually it's a Perfest.
Perfest? Is that a cat festival that you started? Yeah, I'll get tickets for Perfest.
Perfect sort of storm now where we can do what we want. And what I was going to say is a perfect segue. I forgot because I fucked it up. It's a perfect segue to lead in what we're doing next.
What are we doing next?
So, this is, I guess, our announcement section of the podcast.
Wow.
Which is pretty crazy. We're hopefully in the process. Obviously, we've got our first gig, which we've been promoting at the minute. It's now been changed, delayed, which is frustrating, but it is what it is. August 21st, Garden, Motive, Rolling Thunder and Elliot Williams.
Yeah.
Christ, got stuck on that one.
Yeah.
And then we're also hopefully doing a few more gigs over the coming months with, a selection of artists. They can't specifically be announced just yet or necessarily the brand that we're working with to put on these things, but it's a very cool opportunity that we've got coming with that. But that is something that is really in the mix of more gigs, potentially bigger gigs, bigger artists, bigger guests.
Potentially other places.
Yeah.
All sorts of other artists. And I think that we really want that first gig to be one of many, not like a thing we do. And then it's like, oh, that's cool, we did it. And move on. I think it's quite like keep that ball rolling, and there's lots of plans to do so. So that's very
sick.
exciting. And yeah, get tickets to the Northampton one.
Yeah, so we've got the gigs. That's cool. Next, I guess, major announcement is a new program. A new show.
A new show. A new spin-off.
A spin-off series, which will be a bi-weekly series. Yeah. Hopefully.
Maybe not.
But I think it will. Which is more of a off the topic of music. Like, the Scratch Record will still be out every single week in this season until we take another break, probably 20 to 30 episodes in.
Probably 2025.
yeah, no break till then. No. But then we have we'll be having a bi-weekly one called TSRP Off the Record.
Off the Record, such a good name.
Off the Record, man. So if you want to subscribe to that, the trailer for that will be out now. So go check that out, subscribe, leave a rating and a review, because the trailer is going to be fucking amazing. Just kind of get over there, show your support for that page, because we're going to, it's going to be running through our Instagram, but like at the SR podcast Instagram, but it's going to be a whole new Spotify. It's going to be a whole new Apple Podcast. It's going to be a whole new like channel, I guess.
Yeah.
Which is going to include off-topic conversations, whether it be with other guests, 'cause we do have one filmed and recorded and ready to go, which is very sick. And then so we kind of want people in social media, people in whatever, any walk of life, where we kind of get on, shoot the shit, and it be off topic, fucking rogue, a little bit more on who we are and our kind of humor. I guess a bit more of a comedic sort of
I think it's
entertainment podcast.
With our concept with the Scratch Record podcast is to bring like our style to a music interview. Yeah. And this is almost like just our style. Like, it's just turning us up to 11 and seeing what happens and having a few beers and pissing about. Probably a few just us two. As you say, guests from fucking everywhere. Probably still a lot of guests from music, because we obviously have a lot of contacts in music now. So that will happen. But
less talking about music.
Yeah, exactly. Like more follow-up interviews and stuff like that, where the Scratch Record will probably be more, specific first interviews, got that sort of more serious feel, more storytelling feel. And this is just going to be, that first time I've recorded is, I don't even...
Rogue.
It's rogue. Just, yeah.
Yeah, stories from childhood of like fucking partying to...
Childhood partying.
Yeah.
Mackie D's. The ball pits. Fucking crazy.
By childhood, I mean like 16.
Yeah. Adolescence,
yeah. That type of shit, which I think would be really cool. I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah. I'm excited for that, man.
That is one of the first one that I'm actually really excited to watch.
Yeah.
Like, all of them, a few, sometimes I listen back, sometimes skim through just to do like the posts and stuff like that. But this is one I'm buzzing. Half of it I can't even remember because it was that like off topic. I'm just like,
why did we talk about that?
What? What? Yeah, and I think the whole vibe of it is just going to be way more off the cuff. Like, it's going to be bi-weekly. The chances of us randomly dropping two and randomly missing weeks, and then I don't know. It's just been about everything and anything, and a bit more off the cuff, slapping it up. Yeah. Not as serious, just going to talk about everything. And I'm really excited. I think people will really like him.
Yeah, for sure. And what other announcements we got?
Other announcements have we got? I don't know, really. Is that about it? Gigs and podcasts.
I thought we had something else to say.
Apparently not.
I can remember. If there is, you'll see it.
There will be. By the time this comes out, we'll have had like 17 different ideas. And we're doing at least 2 of them. So
There's
probably a giveaway, but we don't know what it is. So.
Yeah. No, there is a giveaway now. To go into that. There is. When you're listening to this, there is definitely a fucking giveaway. I think that might have been it. There is definitely a giveaway, so go check it out. It'll be some of the not exactly the same, but a similar style to the one that we did with the first season, second season. Really big, lots of acts. I feel like, the best thing about these giveaways, I feel like I'm on Gadget Show.
Yeah, it does.
It's like a gadget show, it's like a gadget show sort of vibe, which I love. Yeah. So we're gonna be doing that. I don't know how we're gonna promo it. I don't know. So it might be a Instagram reel that you gotta go find. It might be a post. It might be both. So if you want to follow that and get involved with that, get on it, because there's lots of cool shit in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but apart from that, we're kind of just keeping moving with the interviews. We're still going. We've got lots of things coming.
We're just back, aren't we?
We're just back, man. We're back. It's nice. It's nice to be in front of a camera. It's nice to be in front of a microphone in person. And, you know, we've got things booked in over the next few weeks, which are cool. We're guesting on some other podcasts. We are guesting, which is nice. I like guesting.
Yeah. It's kind of
fun, like guesting, man.
Kind of takes just we can just genuinely be ourselves and let someone else take control. It's quite nice.
And just turn up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
and then normally try and wrestle back control or whatever it is. But to start with, it's nice.
Yeah, like we did with the fucking
Rolling
Thunder one.
Which I'm still saying that the fact we're still the top 2 on that leaderboard is fucking hilarious.
Oh, it's fucking pathetic from everyone else that was on it.
If you've not seen that, Rolling Thunder YouTube series called Rolling Chunder, and they did a downing a pint competition, and they have a leaderboard of like 15 people, and we went on it, and Elliot is top by about 8 seconds, or like even more than that, and I'm then second, like 3 seconds behind him. Everyone else, there's like a 2-minute one on there, so I don't know what happened.
2-minute pint.
Yeah, funny.
That's fucking pathetic.
But we will be guesting, and then I just think we're just back, consistent
uploads, consistent shit. Whether it be that was it. Fucking YouTube videos, vlogs and shit. That was the thing I was gonna. That's the thing I was gonna announce. Head on over to my YouTube channel, Elliot Farrer, because we will have vlogs from gigs. We've got a gig vlog going up. We've got a recording day vlog potentially going up, which has the football in, which I know is very late, but it is there. We also have. You've probably seen my hair is a different color. Since you've last seen me, if you just follow actually the podcast on YouTube, maybe, I guess, because you can't see it on podcast. But I'm blonde, like bleach blonde.
Yeah, and you got a special guest to dye it.
Yeah, which is actually Joe. So that would probably be the first video that will go up, probably around the same sort of time as this goes out. So yeah, get over there because TSRP vlogs are here now. That was it. That was the one I was thinking of.
Okay, cool.
That shit's sick.
Yeah.
And we're slowly getting more and more. We've got some big, cool, like weekends away sort of filming stuff going up.
We're going to a spa.
The Cotswolds. Going glamping.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, we're going to just fuck.
Cuddled up under the stars. Much more cuddly.
Oh, okay. So yeah. They're going to be cool. We've got some sick shit coming on there. And I think when you listen to the OTR, it might... OTR, I feel like off the record, I actually might hint another vlog that could potentially be happening in that episode. And that is fucking stupid if it does happen. You can't remember.
No idea what you're talking about.
You can't remember. It's to do with tattoos.
Okay, yeah. If we make that happen,
that's wild. So if you can get over there, because that should be out. That episode will be out next Thursday. Maybe the Thursday after, depending on when we want to release, when we want to start it.
Yeah.
Check that one out because find the hint. And another thing I want to start doing, and I want to hear your opinion on this, and we'll get it on tape because we probably should wrap it up because we're going 45 minutes for a literally round-up episode.
Yeah.
Good work, team. Yeah, I want to see whether you fancy doing review readings.
Review reading?
So, reading a review at the start of every episode.
A review of?
The podcast.
Our podcast?
Yeah, so when people submit a 5-star review, we read a review at the start of every episode.
If people could start leaving them, then definitely.
I mean, we've got loads.
Yeah.
Have you not looked?
Backdate?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no shit.
Oh, right, okay. I thought you meant as they were
Well, yeah, because some of them have been coming in as we've been recording. We've just not read them as we've been releasing. So we've got stuff from like June that when we were putting stuff out that we've not read, or July when we've been putting stuff out. Start of July, end of June, whatever it was. That we have from then. And I'm like, well, we're not reading them, so why would people fucking review us?
Because we asked them to for giveaways.
Yeah, we are. No.
But yeah,
some of them aren't. Right. Some of them, most of them aren't. I think we only got like fucking 3 entries for giveaways from reviews. So we've got some fucking sick ones. So I want to try and read them out and shout it out to you lot. And also it could be a little thing for bands if you want a automatic shout out. Leave us a fucking review.
Yeah.
Because if you leave a 5-star review and you're a band, then I'm going to have to fucking read it out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So if you just say, lol, like the podcast, but also we're a band. This is our name.
Yeah.
then, you know, get a review and you've got the opportunity, you've got the same fucking pick of the lot that... No, you don't have the same pick of the lot. I've got the pick of the lot.
Pick of the lot.
You have a better opportunity of being actually like read out on the podcast if you review, because I'm not just going to read all the fucking DMs out on the podcast, am I?
No, we could do that as well.
Yeah, not as fun. Not as fun.
Yeah, no, definitely. Why not? As a little incentive.
Yeah, a little incentive for you. So go and give us a review.
Make sure you're following everything as well, because we're going to be back active as fuck on Twitter and Instagram and everything. So if you're not, this one might have blown up. Might have like 100,000 listens on this and they're not following us. So
yeah, that'd be fucking cool.
If this is the first one you ever listened to, then I'm sorry. Go back and listen to the
Yeah. We've got some better shit.
Yeah.
This is just fucking waffling,
This is episode
man.
0. This is nothing. But
This is just literally a filler episode for while we edit everything else.
pretty much. It's just nice to be talking to them again.
Yeah, I
spoken
quite
to
like.
them.
I just kind of wanted to do a roundup of last season
Yeah.
and where we are at the moment, why we've had a break, what we're doing, what's coming next, and what you lot should look out for. Because, like, I'm fucking buzzed, man. I know I don't sound it, but I am. I'm
you do
fucking
sound
buzzed.
I'm fucking buzzed.
I'm fucking buzzed, man. I am.
That's exciting.
I am. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. It's gonna be cool. There's a lot of shit going on. We've had some cool guests. We've got some cool guests coming on. We're gonna control the scene, man. Taking it back.
Definitely.
We've given someone else a chance a month. No one stepped up to the plate.
Exactly.
We're here.
I haven't seen fucking anything. Twitter's been quiet.
Yeah, it's been dead since we got.
There's always been no bands. I'm like, they're all just waiting.
Yeah, come back.
There's no point if the podcast isn't running, so everyone's gone to hibernation, but we're back.
We're back,
Back
man.
to save the scene.
Euros slowed us down on the return.
Euros is a slog, I'm telling you.
That was a
Euros
slog,
was
man.
a slog. And by the end of it, that was a slog. As good as it, as literally incredible as it was, I'm not ready for that to happen every 2 years because
No.
it was a fucking emotional, economic
Roller coaster.
time slog of everything. It was just fucking crazy, but yeah, it
Good
did slow us
content.
down a bit. Yeah, good fun, very good fun, but we just feel like we just had to get out of the way and then get back on it.
Get back on it, man. So, yeah, leave us a review if you want. It's been fun.
Yeah.
Glad to be back.
Glad to be back.
Love you all.
Welcome back.
Yeah. We'll see you all next week for episode 1 of season 3, which we don't know which one we're going to pick to put out for that.
Oh, yeah,
So,
I was going to say, don't say it, just in case. Just in case.
yeah, I don't know what we're going to pick to put out
With
for
a
that.
very, very special guest.
A very, very special guest, one of a couple that we've already recorded.
Yeah.
So make sure you're still following our socials at the SR Podcast, leave a review. OTR, off the record.
Yeah, get on it.
Get on it. Let us know what you think about the logo too.
Yeah.
The podcast thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm toying with the idea of like doing something with the OTR stuff. Maybe more clothing. Maybe not that logo, but like
Yeah,
something
yeah,
to do with that.
yeah.
I want to get some clothing out for the OTR stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
So if you want to support that, get on the podcast, get all over it. Yeah, subscribe to that.
Yeah.
Send it through. Because it's a new podcast, right? I know this is sorry. I'm trying to round it up, but I want to fucking say some more shit. Because we are a new podcast, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're still listening to this, you're in for an important segment of analytics on podcasts.
Yeah.
New and Noteworthy
Yeah.
gives you 8 weeks from posting your first podcast, right? To get within that New and Noteworthy section, which is a massive thing on Apple Podcasts. And also it will include a massive thing on Spotify as well. They have a similar section. If we can get everyone that's listening to this one, go and write a review sheerly on the trailer, then we have such a good fucking chance to get in that New and Noteworthy.
Yeah.
Because I want to get in there with that OTR stuff because it's fucking funny.
Yeah.
It's good. It's brilliant. Like, the reason we want to do it is because we know we have people that are more musically inclined listening to our scratch record one.
Yeah,
Kinda
otherwise I think we'd have
separates
just
it.
whacked it up on here, wouldn't we? But I think we've sort of taken that plunge to start almost a second side project just in case we have people on here that we know actually do just want to hear proper music interviews and care
Yeah.
about the music, and so we'll keep you all here. But for those of you that just love the style of it, get on it, because as you say, even if half of you lot listen to that one and then all of those people leave a review, that'll still do fucking bits for us.
Yeah, so reviews, 5 stars, all them ratings. Make sure you're subscribed on both Spotify and Apple just to get us going, get the ball rolling. Because I want to get in that New and Noteworthy,
Yeah.
man. We've had top 20s and that in fucking in the charts of music commentary and music and stuff. Like, I want to get in the entertainment chart. It's a harder fucking graph. It's a harder fucking slog. But that new and noteworthy, we're coming for you.
Yeah.
It's happening. We've got 8 weeks.
I like it.
Got 8 weeks. This is a calling to every subscriber, listener, fucking team member.
Pet.
Yeah, leave a review for your pet. Every device you have.
Yeah. Do separate ones.
Do separate devices.
I don't
iPads,
think device, I think it's
iPods.
accounts. Use your mum's iTunes.
Use your mum's, your
iTunes.
dad's, everyone's. Get on over there. Leave us a 5-star review because I promise it's good content.
Yeah.
So, yeah, after I've done all that, thank you for listening.
Yeah, thank you. We're back.
We're back. Enjoy everything that's coming. Lots of cool stuff. Subscribe socials, and we'll see you on the other side.
Peace.
Peace. That was much longer than half an hour.
Yeah, I knew it would be.